Dr. Reyes here, Tabby Dog. Hey, let's talk about exercise plans for cardio and talk about mindset first. So this is the agenda that we're gonna go through. I'm gonna talk about the dangers of starting cardio or exercise in general, what your mindset should look like. And with the starting points, this diagram here, AI generated going from sedentary into active to elite. The sweet spot that we want to eventually get you to, the goal is to make you an active to athletic person. Let that be your identity. So what's the dangers of getting started too fast? So if you have not worked out in over a month, be careful about doing a full workout day one. I don't recommend doing a full workout. Why? Because of this condition called rhabdomyolysis. Maybe you've heard of it. What happens is if you exert yourself too much, you'll have muscle breakdown, and that muscle breakdown will result in clogging up your tubules in your kidneys, and you might end up in the ICU or die from it. It's a very serious condition. I know they make fun of it and on TV shows when you go and work out for the first time and you're sore for the entire week. We don't want that. So always have a ramp up plan, and then you should feel good during the workout. Getting back to this picture here, going from sedentary to, I don't need you to be elite level. We're not trying to make athletes here, but I do need you to be between the active to athletic, between the blue and the exploding guy at the very end over there. So the levels of change, working on mindset. I'm going to take this from, build upon the work from James Clear in Atomic Habits. There's 3 levels of change that you can consider. There's outcome-based, process-based, and identity. Outcome-based means that you want to get something, right? Most of you have come in to see me because you want to lose weight. Process-based is what? You're going to change actually what you do. And identity is you're going to say, I am a healthy person, is what you're really trying to say when you say, I want to drop weight. You want to say, I want to be healthy. So you believe you're healthy. With the outcome base, you might have to take small steps. You might have some success up front, or if you're not having much success, you got to learn the game. I like to think about outcome based like playing a video game. You're not very good at it, and then you iterate to get better. Process based is the schedule. So you accept the fact that there's gonna be a lot of failures along the way, but you have the goal in mind that if I continue with this, I'll get better, and that is called consistency, right? So if you consistently do it, you have no choice but to get better. And then starting with the identity is you don't say things like I'm trying to be a workout person. You say I am a workout person. Okay. And if you have that identity, you say I am a workout person. You say, how can I be a better workout person? So if you start with the outcome base and go down, and that can lead to processes getting better and then eventually your identity, you will work on the small steps and small goals first. Then it spreads into processes. You say you like it. Let's use it maybe when you grew up playing sports and you liked a particular sport and you initially had a lot of success. I'll use football, for example. And so you got that dopamine hit from it. You're like, well, you know what? I'm going to do this more often. So you do the processes, you go to practice. You don't miss any practices. You're consistent. And then at some point, you might have said, I'm a football player. It's the same thing for orchestra. So if you started playing the violin a little bit and you liked it, you'd start there. Outcome, I liked how it sounded. You started practicing more, you got lessons. And then at some point, you said your identity. Now, if we start on identity, which is the most powerful, day one, you say, I'm a violinist, I'm a football player, I'm a workout person. And you're like, well, what does a workout person do for a process? So it spreads the process. So you're now consistent. You say, well, a workout person works out. So you're going to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're going to go every day. And then the outcome is what? You start to lose weight at times. Sometimes you gain weight because you're putting on muscle, but the outcome is what you get. And the real outcome is that you're functional, you're healthier, you feel better, right? Not just lose weight. Lose weight is a small part of the outcome, right? Now, if you start in the process base, you just say, you know what, I don't identify myself as a workout person, but I trust Reyes's process. So you're just going to start there. It can spread both directions. Then you can get some weight loss initially and some weight control, and then you eventually enjoy it, and then your identity changes with it. So it'll work that way. So you start with the process. You're consistent, either because you believe in the science of it or by faith. But then you start seeing some outcomes, and then eventually you say, you know what, I am. Look at me. Look at the evidence. I work out every day. I do something every day. So now you are a workout person. You are a physical activity person. So the one quote that I liked from his book was, you are your habits. So we're constantly evolving, and and if you really think about it, would you use the same identity that you had when you were a 6th grader? Would you use the same identity that you had when you were 20 if you're age 40 now? No, your identity has evolved over time. And so look at your current habits, because that's who you currently are. And you have to ask yourself, do those habits serve me? Are they effective habits, right? And that's where you have to have that identity crisis at some point and say, you know what? this is not serving me. So you have to ask yourself, who am I? And you have to look at the evidence. What's the evidence? Do a time energy audit on your calendar, and you say, those are my current habits and I need to change it. And so your identity and your habits are intertwined. You can change your identity by changing your habits. And so that's the key point. So your habits are identity, our identity are our habits. So we have to do an audit on ourselves. Maybe you do it quarterly, maybe you do it every half year, every full year. All right, to finish up this section, this video on proper mindset, I want to finish with this slide here, that the levels of change, it's best to approach it with an identity, but that's one of the most difficult. So if you could start with identity change, say, I am a workout person, I am a person who will be healthy, then the processes will fall through. And then the outcome, you'll get the outcome, which is not just weight loss, but weight control. Because the outcome that we really want is for you to lose that weight and to maintain it. Next video is to take a look at, if you have not been working out for more than a month, go watch the sedentary video. If you're already pretty active, but you're not moving as often as you think you are, maybe you do 10,000 steps every time, go watch the next video. The most appropriate video for you will be the active, the athletic video. This is Dr. Reyes, and I'll see you at the next video.